Sturbridge town historian Bob Briere got the bug when a long-lost local historical marker was found in the woods.
This sign disappeared, and it was gone for maybe 25 years.
Now restored, the sign marks Tantisqui, the spot of an old graphite mine used by Native Americans for ceremonial paints. When Briere learned it was one of 275 put up by the state in 1930, he took it as a sign.
And so I said, maybe I can find some more.
Using an old book as a guide, he began a quest for the markers, taking pictures of what he found.
I just started out and I'd do 3 or 4 a day.
His tally, about 150 are still standing.
We talked about this being like a treasure hunt. You find when you've been looking for it, and there it is. And you say, yes, there it is.
Now, one might assume that the marker hunter is a solitary creature, and most of the time that's probably the case. But Bob Briere saw it as an opportunity to use a unique pickup line, and it wasn't, "What's your sign?" No, he offered to literally pick up Sylvia Buck and show her a good time.
All the mile markers from Boston to Springfield.
Yes.
And she said, I'd like that. I said, wow, okay.
It was an historic summit of sorts. Briere, president of the Sturbridge Historical Society, and Buck, chairman of the Warren Historical Commission, spent the day together visiting all the Franklin mile markers along the old post road, measured and installed when Ben Franklin was postmaster general.
So we did it. We were on the road 8.5 hours. I came back and I thought, that was really nice.
It was the beginning of a beautiful friendship. More excursions followed, and the rest, as we are unable to resist saying, is history.
I kept waiting for him to realize that he was asking me on dates, though. He didn't know that for quite a while.
A more solitary passion has driven Michael Herrick to the southern Berkshires from his home in Connecticut.
Now see a sign on top of that building over there. A little white house. I have to go take a look at that. I look for places where no one else has been yet, where no markers have been collected.
Herrick, a retired precision optics technician, is a serious collector of markers.
I've got markers in New Jersey, New York State, down through Virginia, South Carolina, Georgia, New Orleans, Houston, Texas, up through California.
For a marker hunter like Herrick, collecting means being the first to photograph a marker and upload its information to the Historical Marker Database. The UFO monument in Sheffield is Herrick's 3,479th published marker.
And I'm not nowhere near the top.
His road trips are preceded by research, scoping out town squares on Google Earth, poring over database maps to find areas where no markers have been registered.
I see Templeton Garden up in this neck of the woods. I see a road trip coming up.
Zoom into Cambridge on the Historical Marker Database, and it's no surprise to see a cluster around Harvard Square. There is the Longfellow House on Brattle Street, where George Washington was headquartered during the Revolution, and the oldest house in Cambridge, featuring what may be the oldest historical sign. But we're curious about this outlier, and surprised to click on it and find Jake and Earl's Dixie Barbecue?
So we opened the East Coast Grill in 1985, and then a couple of years later, on this spot, Jake and Earl's Dixie Barbecue.
Chris Slazinger, the James Beard award-winning chef behind such favorites as the East Coast Grill, the Blue Room, Westport's Back Eddy, and currently the Automatic in Kendall Square.
On the spot stood Jake and Earl's Dixie Barbecue, a favorite hangout of local patriots.
When he closed the beloved Jake and Earl's, he deemed it plaque-worthy.
Still one of Paul Revere's favorite stops for Q on his way back to Lexington, and his cry can still be heard in Inman Square, "The British are coming, hide the burnt ends."
The present owner of the space is Mark Romano of Highland Fried, where the old Jake and Earl smoker still cranks out a mean brisket and chicken. Romano says he pulled some shifts at Jake's back in the day, and as long as he's here, that plaque stays.
It could be some like bad juju there if we take that thing down, so we're just going to keep it right where it is.
The fact that this tongue-in-cheek memorial has snuck its way into the official Historical Marker Database strikes its creator as, well, off the wall.
So is that serious?